Podcast FTL on Gaming FTL. It makes sense because we changed gaming to podcast, and that's how we came up with the name. Until we can think of something better, that's what we're stuck with.
Yeah. It'll do.
Yes,
Anyway.
I'm here with my mate Chris.
Hello?
You may, or probably haven't, because the videos that we're both on have about 30 views. But
Hey, that could be
we enjoy
30
them.
die-hard fans.
30 die. Well, the channel currently has 41 subscribers, which I'm flabbergasted.
Well, in which case, 30 die-hard fans. It's actually not bad.
No, not bad at all.
Although I doubt they like the videos that I like. You know.
No. But yeah, we enjoyed making the videos, and that's what counts.
Yes. It's all that matters at the end of the day. Well, I say that. I could use some money.
Yeah, we're a little bit broke at the moment.
But hey, who needs to look for a job when you can do a podcast?
Exactly,
Exactly.
Chris. This is economical. It's going to bring in the punters and their money, which is the exact opposite of what it'll do. It will drive everyone away.
Yes. But who needs them? No, we need them. Please stay.
Oh God! Right, Chris, you had a thing. What was it?
Well, you had a thing, but I'll go with the thing.
Specific?
I am partly relieved and partly really quite disappointed at how long I've got to wait before I can watch a new episode of Community.
I agree.
Well, that's nipped that in the bud. Well, it's, you know...
Explain
Well-
the entire scenario for those not invested in this show, this amazing show.
Well,
that's called
those who aren't aware of the show, it is about a study group of people who have all gone who have all gone to community college for different reasons, and they're all quite quirky and lots of weird things happen to them. American sitcom, blah blah blah. Anyway, it doesn't seem to have. It's got quite a big following, but it's as if NBC don't seem to have any faith in it, so it's almost been cancelled, and it went on hiatus last year, and now it's been delayed till February, and they've only commissioned 13 episodes, and it's all very sad. And I don't understand why, because it won the Critics' Choice Award this year, so the critics like it,
Yeah.
and lots of people are watching it, and lots of people love it. But you know what I genuinely think it is? I think a few people are watching it on TV when it comes on, making the ratings quite low, and then about 10 or 15 times that many people are then going online and watching it.
I don't think that many people watch stuff online, do they?
Well,
The thing
think
is-
about it. Well, lots of people I know, therefore lots of people in the UK who won't have NBC as a channel to watch it on, will just watch it online. So we're not included in the ratings.
No, I guess not.
But then, of course, because it's an American thing, even if it has a big UK following, if it's not big in America, it's not gonna, which is a shame because it's really good, and I'm very disappointed. And I also love that the cast, when they weren't out on their release date, did their fantastic October 19th video, which was genius.
Yeah, explain that little.
Well,
scenario, 'cause
the show was supposed to air on October 19th. NBC decided they wouldn't air on October 19th to give it more advertising time and more promotion time. So the cast of Community did a little video where they said that October 19th isn't actually a date, it's more of a state of mind. And it's a very good video, I recommend watching it if you haven't already. But
well, watch Community first.
oh yeah, well definitely watch Community first. Yeah,
How many seasons are there? Like
they've done 3, and it was midway through the 3rd season that they said we're just going to put you on hiatus. At which point, of course, everyone immediately thought, "Oh God, no!" But we can only hope that Americans see sense, and that in its entertainingness and its clever comedy.
Yes.
Hashtag save community is probably a thing. In fact, I think it is a thing.
No, there was something else, wasn't
Hashtag 6 seasons in a movie.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah. Also a thing, so we never had. Anyway, moving swiftly on.
Oh,
Sure.
I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about. I was looking for my phone. Because it has a camera on it. I wanted to take a picture of you indoors in a woolly hat and a woolly jumper and a big scarf, drinking tea. It is winter, but
Yes.
also we're inside and we're not cavemen.
Yes.
And we have central heating.
Yes.
It's a thing. It's been invented. It works.
Yep.
Keeps indoors warm
Mm-hmm.
and stops the outdoor coldness.
Mm-hmm. Right, what I'm going to do now,
Yeah?
what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask you to stand up.
Is this like a magic trick?
No, stand up, and give me a hug. Give me a hug.
Yeah.
How comfortable is that?
Oh man, that's nice.
Yep. Yeah, okay, you can get off now. Right. I think that's all I need to say on the matter, is that I am amazingly comfortable.
Plus you've got my nice chair.
Well, that's because you weren't quick enough to sit on the nice chair.
I was already sitting on it. Then I got up to go to the bathroom, and you just sat. That's rude, Christopher.
You may say that's rude, but you said go to the bathroom when earlier you said something much ruder.
Cunt.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons.
Would you like to explain what's upcoming on your channel?
Oh, upcoming on my channel. I don't know whether it's actually going to go out because some members of our D&D party aren't exactly keen about letting the world know exactly how geeky they are, and certain people's friends would have certain interventions at certain inappropriate.
I'm gonna decipher this. We have a friend who I'm not gonna name. He is an oddball, but we love him.
Oh, we love him so much.
He has cool friends now. His friends are cool, and would have an intervention if they found out that he went to the nerdy lengths of actually playing Dungeons and Dragons. Because to be fair, we didn't really play Dungeons and Dragons because we all thought to ourselves, you know what, Dungeons and Dragons actually looks quite cool. We essentially played it because in an episode of Community, as I spoke of earlier, they played Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes, we all watch Community.
And we all watch it and we all thought, yes, let's play it. Which is also why we thought, let's have a big paintball fight. But then we thought, no, we'll have a Nerf gun fight instead. And many people of our many people of our dungeon crew,
Operation Sexy Ladies,
as
it's known.
Members of Operation Sexy Ladies, which is what we called it, have bought and customised Nerf guns.
God, yeah. Someone put a compass on theirs.
Yes. Just anyway.
I don't know if anyone has seen the. Stop trying to eat your tea bag.
Just one quickly.
Oh, he put it in his mouth and he's now washing it around. Oh, he put it back out again. Oh.
I was looking at swallow. That's what she said. I think you should talk about the Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes. I was going to go on about the Nerf guns that they got. I want one. I never got the opportunity to buy one. It's those revolver ones with a barrel that spins.
Yeah.
And they customized it so it comes all the way out and you can do it like spin it Russian roulette style and then flick the gun so the barrel goes back into the thing and then you can go and then.
What I did see is someone had customized one of the revolvers so that the barrel would revolve as you go in as normal, and that would also rotate along with two other barrels which were attached, and they would all go round in succession.
God.
Which
how does that even work?
Someone who's very good at customizing things. They found a way. But yes, Dungeons and Dragons appearing potentially.
Okay. None of us had played Dungeons and Dragons before, so I set out. I learned the rules of 4th edition, which.
What else did you do? Did you download all the manuals? Did you download every single manual?
How else was I supposed to make an
Sorry.
adventure?
Yeah, that's
And for you lovely people. So yeah, I downloaded all the manuals and learned stuff about how to play it, and then essentially we played 4 hours of Dungeons and Dragons because it took so long, and as far as I can tell, everyone enjoyed themselves.
I think what needs to be understood is that although I reckon if you got to know us, you would think, yeah, they're the sort of people who may have played Dungeons and Dragons in school. None of us
Had
played Dungeons and Dragons in school, and we got to a point where we thought essentially it would be quite fun in a weird, ironic, entertaining sort of way, and we all actually ended up enjoying it quite a lot.
I knew you would all enjoy it, and I knew that I would enjoy it as well.
This was in a week where we also played the game Artemis.
Oh god, the game Artemis.
Which Josh may or may...
Artemis? That's its official title now.
Which,
the game called Artemis.
Whether Josh has or has not mentioned, is a game where you all essentially have a role on the Starship Enterprise.
It's not the Starship Enterprise, because that would be copyright infringement.
But...
But, that being said, it is a LAN game whereby you all have separate laptops or computers, and on your screen is a specific station on a Starship bridge. So you've got communications, engineering, weapons, helm,
communications, science officer,
and the captain. The captain doesn't actually have anything to do apart from organise everyone else. And the captain's computer is like a main screen, like that big screen in front of Jean-Luc Picard. He says, put it to main screen, and then you can do that, and then people swap around what's on the main screen.
Some people
awesome.
Were incredibly competent in their roles. Some people had roles that maybe were not as competent in.
Okay, I see what you're getting at. Yes, I was engineering once.
And how did that go?
And after that, they never let me be engineer again. All I'm saying is that not my fault that we were fucked. Whether I'd said anything about it or not wouldn't have changed the fact that we were fucked. What had happened was my mate was on helm, and he had taken us like full speed warp into an asteroid, entirely killed all of the repair crew, and an entire half of everything on the ship was flashing red, essentially.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And when did you tell the captain about this?
I didn't.
Well, this is where we reached the problem.
And then no one would know, and everything would work.
Anyway,
but that being said, I'm an awesome helmsman. I'm a pretty good captain, and what else? Science is easy, so
it's a good game to play.
Yeah, you need 3 people minimum. Well, 3 computers minimum.
Yeah. And then you can do it with 6, but then after 6 you sort of need to go then to a number which means you can, like, you need then to go to sort of 8 to have 2 4s, don't you?
Yeah, because there are 3 essential positions. You need a hub that acts as like the server that everyone plays on, which also acts as the captain's screen. So that one's sorted, and then you need to fly the ship, you need helm, and to fire the weapons, you need weapons. And then all the others you don't have to have, but it's cool to have other people with you.
When we had it,
after you filled all of those positions, there's another ship's worth of positions that you have to fill in.
I mean, when we had it with 6 people in one ship, linked up round a table with with everything sort of going well and everyone doing it was strangely enjoyable. But I must say, after the week where we did play this game 3 or 4 times and Dungeons and Dragons, I think by the end of the week, I don't know about you or our other friends who are the only 3 of the group with other halves, I felt sort of like, oh, thank God I've still got another half.
Yeah, there is a bit because I've edited it. I'm not sure if it's going up publicly, but it's certainly going up privately for everyone who played it to enjoy. There's a bit where one of us says, just lol, sex, and then I go on to say something we're never going to have again. But obviously that's a stereotype, and not
a stereotype we do not adhere to.
we do not don't.
We're both geeky and we have girlfriends somehow.
Yes.
But entertaining nonetheless, and Dungeons and Dragons will be happening again.
Yeah, one of the people who had a player character is now taking over from me as DM because I want to play with my character that I invented called Kira Machka, and she is a shifter druid. So I want to play with her.
I think I would send a warning out of anyone thinking of playing Dungeons and Dragons. Ironically, it will not be ironic for long. You will spend the first 15 minutes saying, I'm going to roll to see if I can punch him in the cock. You will do that.
No, you did that for about 3 hours. All of you did.
And
it was really irritating because I was the DM and I had to deal with their shit. And they all talked at once because it was quite hectic because I think D&D is designed for 4 people optimally, and then less than that you've got to organise things to make it easier, and then more than that you've got to try and make it harder. But 6 people talking at once is actually quite loud.
Very
and
loud.
as the person who has to organise 6 people at once, and they're all talking at you from different directions, very difficult to sort everything out. So I'm glad I'm not doing it until the time after next. I already have an adventure sorted, but I don't know what level it's going to be. So,
well, we'll keep updated on the Dungeons and Dragons situation.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Hopefully next time everyone will be used to playing and just have more fun, because not everyone will be talking at once.
But
which is optimally frustrating for me, because I like order. Everything must be in order.
Whereas I don't.
Yeah, you don't give a shit.
No, I don't give a shit.
His character was...
My character was Frobonius the Crack Wizard.
He's a hobo, essentially.
Who had a dog in a wheelchair and a Tesco bag.
People who know about D&D, his race was... I have the character sheet here.
I think I spoke Common.
You spoke Common and Elvish and something else, I believe.
Oh god, the character sheets.
No, that's the Ranger. That's the Paladin. That's Raúl de los Cojones Completos. There we go. Frobonius the Crack Wizard is a level 2 male Eladrin wizard and a hobo, which people who understand the lore behind D&D is probably quite irritating, because Eladrin are super prissy douchebags.
Also, just small points in my character notes. Can say weed.
Did you write that down?
Yes. Also, dyslexic, spelt D-Y-L-E-X-I-K. Of course, that's never not funny. But yes, what are you going to do? Should we move on? Is there anything you want to talk about?
I think there's one more thing.
Well, it's sandy, but I don't know if you have anything else.
Well, we haven't talked about Strike Zero Kickstarter.
Do you want to talk about that now?
Yes. Okay. Chris.
Yes.
Do you remember the times when we played lots and lots of Rebel Strike on the GameCube?
Yes, I do. I remember being particularly mediocre.
Rebel Strike 2.
Yes, I do remember.
Rogue Squadron 2. Yes, there is a game. I played it at Gamescom. Very much like that game. It's not multiplayer, unfortunately.
Shame.
As far as I know, it might have mod tools added to it. But beyond the point, it's called Strike Suit Zero. It has a Kickstarter on right now, and it's so cool. essentially, it's not super hardcore,
Right.
like, I don't know, Freelancer or something, which you're staring at me blankly. You're not into space games, which is fair enough. But yeah, it's a fun space shooter where most of the time there are other, like, spaceships that you can fly, but it's a story-driven campaign where you fly something called a strike suit. And most of the time it's a normal pew-pew lasers and missiles and shit fighter. But if you kill enough things, you can get some sort of energy bar, and you fill that up. And then you can use that energy to turn into a mech. And you have stuff on your... you fly around in a different way. So instead of, like, going forward and then doing barrel rolls, do a barrel roll, you, like, stay in one place and you strafe left and right. You move up and down, forward and backwards, like walk, instead of flying
in space.
In space, because it's a mech. So, like, in those mech anime things that it's based on, you know, you see these things staying still in space and then flying around and shit, and it's really cool, and you can get combos, I think, with it and stuff. But basically, it's one of the coolest space shooters I've seen for a very long time. There's another one that looks a lot more hardcore called Space Citizen, which looks like an MMO. It's very vague on that thing. But anyway, the one I want you to look at is Strike Suit Zero, the Kickstarter, and it has lots of cool rewards like t-shirts and hoodies, soundtracks, and the game, obviously, as rewards.
What is this game on? Is it just PC?
It is just PC.
Is it out now?
No. It's going to come out next year, early next year, I believe.
Sounds... I like the... See, I'm not fantastic at space shooter games, but I like the sound of the turning into a mech and...
Blowing the shit out.
Yeah. That is appealing to me.
It is so much fun. Normally, you fly like a normal X-Wing or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Then you turn into a mech, and everything suddenly decides that, oh shit, that's gonna fuck me up if I do it. So everything comes towards you, and then boom, boom, and you can do like lock-on missiles, and it goes like in a spread. That if anyone's played Zone of the Enders, it looks like that, but in space. It's really colourful, really cool. So that is something I have already backed for $90. I put $90 into that Kickstarter, so that's like 50 quid or something. For
those who can't see me, I'm doing a gasping look. Not for backing a game, that's fine. For knowing my partner's financial situation.
I know I have the money to do it. It's like, instead of buying food.
Always brilliant when that's the ultimatum.
Yeah.
Really.
Food or a Kickstarter.
You know, I had food or gym for quite a while. As in the gym. But that didn't...
Oh, right.
That didn't really work.
I thought it was some gigolo.
Food or gym didn't work because actually I didn't have the energy to go to the gym because I wasn't eating, so I just had to sort of compromise there.
Right. No, for that tier, I get the soundtrack, I get a digital art book of all concept art and stuff, the game, and because I backed it early on, like the first 1,000 people who backed it get early beta access to it. I think in December, I think that is, or sometime around.
Do you like have shares in it now, or?
No, it's not like an investment.
That's a shame.
It's just like rewards for putting money and trusting them to finish the project.
Okay.
And then I get, because initially I put in $50, and then they had like extra rewards, so I increased my thing by $30 to get all of the DLC that ever comes out for it. For free, well, not for free, obviously, because I've already paid for it.
You've already paid
but
for it.
I won't have to pay for it, and ultimately it will be cheaper.
Right.
And I'll play the shit out of it anyway.
Well, I would.
Because, yeah, that is Strike Suit Zero. Strike Suit Zero. Strike Suit Zero. Go back it on Kickstarter. I think they're like 90% funded, and they've got 15 or so days left before the Kickstarter ends.
Okay.
And I didn't. Do you know how Kickstarter works, Chris?
No.
Okay. You put up a project. You say, this is the amount of money I need. If people give you that amount of money or more, you get given the money. If you don't reach that target, then you do not get any of the money. Seems a bit harsh.
Where does the
but
money go?
the money goes to whatever the project.
I mean, they say we want £1,000.
Yeah.
And they
You can't do it in pounds. It's an American
Okay,
company, so
right.
it'll be in dollars.
$1,000, and say you yourself contribute $100. If they don't reach the 1,000, what happens to your 100?
You get it back.
You just get it back, right?
Yeah.
Didn't know whether it went.
You don't actually pay for anything until the project ends,
Oh right, okay.
and they've got their target. I mean,
What?
I've seen Kickstarters that have got like 400% over their target, or 4 times.
Well, that is a message to those that they must.
Yes. Sorry, Chris, I've been talking at you about.
It's
games.
alright. I couldn't remember what it's called, so I read it off the little bit of paper. So, tasks is to play that and watch Community, essentially.
You won't be able to play it until next year unless you get into the beta.
Ah,
But
get into the beta. I did my first getting into a beta game early this year. And
was that F1 Online?
that was F1 Online. And I'm very glad I did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
Well,
How come?
the game wasn't what I expected.
What do you mean?
It was less of a manager mode game than I was expecting. I'm not entirely sure why I was expecting a whole manager mode game. I'm still waiting for a good manager mode game for Formula 1 to come out.
Like Football Manager, but
Yeah.
F1
Football Manager for F1.
So it still had the acronym FM
Yeah.
or F1M.
Or it'd probably be F1M or FOM.
FOM.
FOM 2013.
It's a game. Let's make it.
But
No, let's
No,
not.
it's not.
I can't do it.
what was if someone backs you? Anyway, yeah, but I advise getting into beta testing because I found that the game wasn't really what I was expecting. It meant that I got to play it without having to pay for it and make my decision before I actually had to spend the money on a game that I then wouldn't have played.
So you treated it like a demo.
Yes, but I did voice a comment.
What do you mean? You went onto their forums or something?
Yeah.
Yeah?
So I went onto the forum and I essentially there's a because the whole idea is that you build up your team and you have your car and you race your car, and then if you win a race you get points. You can upgrade your car with new like aerodynamic things, new engine parts, things like that. In a way, a manager mode sort of thing would be. But I sort of wanted a mode. It's called F1 Online, so I should have known. Yes, this is essentially an online game, and you play it online with other people. I kind of wanted a mode where you didn't have to play with other people, and you could upgrade the car. And I said this, and I put under the point. I'm very aware that this isn't the game you wanted to make, but if you could take it into account anyway. I think there was someone else I did see another comment of a similar thing saying, is there a mode where you don't have to race other people? Because online, other people can be dicks. Yeah, it's true.
Well, is the game actually out yet, or is it still in beta?
I believe it is still, well, I think, I could be wrong.
Maybe the game's changed since you played it.
Because there has been something changed in that
'cause that's the whole
one
point of
thing...
beta, you know.
Yeah, in the original beta,
Don't
you
you
couldn't
know?
add friends or any friends. The online game, you could add friends. They've added so that you can add friends who are also on the game, so now you don't look so lonely.
Oh.
So that's been added in, but I'm not entirely sure. I still get the emails, but I don't read them.
Fair enough.
To be blunt.
I do that with a different Kickstarter, which has ended a very long time ago. The Double Fine Adventure point and click. They wanted to make a point and click game, so they did a Kickstarter. But they keep on sending me emails like updates on how they're doing. I just don't care. I'm just like, whatever, make a fucking
Successful
game, give
point
it to me.
Is there any something different about this particular point and click game. My point and click game knowledge is the Back to the Future game.
That's Telltale Games, isn't
It's
it?
Telltale, yeah.
If you like that, have you watched or read any of The Walking Dead?
No.
Okay. Well, my Twitter feed is rammed with people saying, OMG, The Walking Dead point and click game is amazing. I'm like, I can't get it on Android, and I don't want to play it on PC, because that's not how I roll. Yeah, I've been reading the Walking Dead comics recently, and they're so cool. I mean, they drag on a bit, but I did read them from episode 1 to episode 90-something, 5 nights in a row. So I suppose...
You might have overdone it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do that, and then I complain that, I'm getting bored of it now. Which means I have a really short attention span.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
See, I'm different. I will, if I find something that I will get into it to the point of, like, it doesn't take me 5 days to get bored of something. It'll take me a month of non-stop playing. Really, which I think is which might be why I can get through a Pokemon game very, very quickly and never go back to it for a year and wonder what the hell's going on. But hey, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. I mean, games are cool.
So cool, you made a video channel on YouTube just to talk about them.
I like talking and video games, so...
Win-win!
Not for the people that watch it.
No.
What happened before we went on this massive diversion?
No, we haven't diverted much. We finished talking about the spacesuit thing, then we were talking about beta testing, and then we went on to the F1, which then went on to point and click, which then went on to Walking Dead, which went on to attention spans, which went background to me summing up, and that's where we are now in an infinite loop of description.
Well, that's really nicely tied up in a pretty neat bundle.
Well,
so
I think on that stunning summary we should
probably end it.
We should probably end it there.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to go home. I'm going to watch the first part of the UK version, or the original version of The Office Christmas special. Then I'm going to go to bed and wake up early and have an interview. And then life will continue.
The first day of the rest of your life.
Oh no, that's 3 weeks ago. Rained like hell.
Stop bashing the table!
Sorry. What are you doing?
I'm going to have a wank and then go to bed.
Well, I think I've just got stupider. Oh well.
Haven't we all?
Haven't we all? I'll let you end the podcast.
How do you end something as beautiful as this?
My knowledge of podcasts are Radio 1 podcasts, so they end with, "This has been a podcast from blah blah blah." But we don't have a cool American voiceover guy, so we shouldn't really do that.
Right. Okay, well, this has been a podcast.
No. You're not doing it.
This has been... No.
This
has been a podcast.
No.
By...
No. We could get
Christopher...
We could get Siri to say it.
Yeah, alright.
So try it.
Yeah, go on. How do you get Siri to say things?
Repeat after me.
Repeating.
What just happened?
I'm
That's so creepy. What's going on, Chris?
Playing David Bowie, Andy Warhol. I don't know why. I don't know. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Have a wonderful whatever you're doing, whatever time of day it is.
Bye.
Bye.
See you later.